Hey there, everyone. So it is time for the live stream that I promised in a video a few days ago, and we will see how many people tune into this. I have made a list of a few things that I wanted to discuss. Um, Now, I know some people were a little bit disappointed that they wouldn't be able to tune into this due to previous things going on, such as work or just not being able to tune in. So, this will be saved to my YouTube channel, just like all my past live streams, and you can go back and watch it. So, the first thing I want to talk to you has nothing, or talk to you about, has absolutely nothing to do with YouTube, but it is something that you may notice in a few of my recent videos. You may not. I'm not sure, but I wanted to explain it in case you have caught it. Um, a few weeks ago, I injured my finger. I think it was at work. I don't want to say for absolute sure, but I think I did it there. So, what had happened was I think I jammed a piece of cardboard underneath my index fingernail. And, of course, initially it hurt pretty bad, but it didn't bleed or anything like that. Well, over the next couple of days, a part of my fingernail underneath started turning purple and black. And of course, that's not a good sign. So um, I was kind of like pushing on it like this a little bit, and it's not this fingernail because you can see it's fine. It's not discolored or anything. I was pushing on it, and it felt kind of squishy, like something was underneath it. And if I looked at it at certain angles, it almost did look like something was underneath my nail, but at the same time, it could have been something, or I just thought, okay, maybe it just is like bubbled up blood, something like that. Well, anyway, so here comes a little bit of, I don't want to say graphic content, but the best way I can explain it. So I was pushing on my nail, and some liquid came out, including blood, and I thought I got it all cleaned out. Well, apparently I didn't because over the next couple of days, it turned black and purple again. So I did it again, and more liquid came out, including blood. Then my finger turned in that same spot where it had previously been purple and black, had turned green and yellow. And I knew something was definitely wrong. So um, then I could see part of my fingernail coming away from my finger. So I knew I should probably get that piece of nail off in case it was infected or whatever. So I'm going to show you my fingernail and what I did, only because you may notice it in some videos. I mean, it's kind of hard to hide when you talk with your hands, kind of like I do. So I wanted to address it in case you're like, oh, what's that? What happened? So here is like your 5 second warning that I'm going to show you my fingernail. It is a little bit graphic because I did cut off part of my fingernail where it was yellow and green. So here's your warning: five, four, three, two, one. I don't know how well that's showing up, but you can see that right here I'm missing about pretty much half of my fingernail. And I cut it off myself just because I didn't want that green and yellow to be in there and I wasn't sure what that was. But since then, it's fine. It hasn't discolored, anything like that. So that's that. So again, as I said, I know it has absolutely nothing to do with my channel, but I wanted to address it because in case you've seen it in a video or whatever, you knew what was going on. Alrighty. Next thing I wanted to talk about is a couple different ideas that I had have been kind of brainstorming in my head for my channel. And the first one kind of reverts to the way that my channel used to be, how I just talked about it in yesterday's video. So when I very first started this YouTube channel in the very beginning of 2017, it was not the content that you see today. I was putting up a video a day, and I was just talking about topics that I thought were important to me, whether they were super serious or they were, um, you know, something in the news that I wanted to comment on or things like that. Hey, Brenda, I'm glad you can make it. Um, so I did that, and then I shifted my channel to something that I really liked doing, um, which was cleaning and organization. So, um, part of me kind of wants to do kind of like an honest talk or whatever, maybe like once every other week, once a week maybe. But I don't want to turn anybody off, like my subscribers, to my channel if I were to do that. Now, I would put in the title of the video what I'm talking about, so if it's something that doesn't interest you whatsoever, you don't have to click on it or watch it. Um, but every once in a while, I just kind of like to do a sit down video where I talk about something that I'm really passionate about or that concerns me or whatever, and but I don't want to turn subscribers off of my channel. Does that make sense? So you can let me know if you're watching this afterwards, or whatever. If that's something you would be interested in, like I said, I would put in the title what it was about. So if it doesn't interest you, or it may even offend you, um, you don't have to watch it. Um, so my next idea for my channel is I would absolutely love to do. Hey, 808, don't get in trouble for being on here at work. Um, the next kind of idea I had for um, my channel, I would love to do makeovers, organizational makeovers. And that is going to a family member's house, which I really don't have a whole lot of family here where I live anyway, so that could happen maybe twice. And friend's house and organize not even an entire room in their house, um, but maybe like a closet um, or maybe just a small room like the bathroom or a mud room, things like that, and kind of show the before, the after, things like that. Um, Now, I have reached out to uh, some people about this. I haven't really gotten a lot of feedback on it. I did have one friend. I asked him if I could do this. I said on the contingency that I could take video from before and after. They were a little hesitant. They still haven't given me a clear answer. They haven't said yes, but they haven't said no. So tend to be an optimist in life. And so since they haven't said no, my brain tells me, okay, I've still got a 50% chance that they will say yes. And I don't even need to necessarily put them on camera, which I understand some people don't want to be on camera. Some people don't want to be on YouTube, which is totally understandable. Um, but I would like to help people get organized. I would like to um, kind of show the before and after and show that there are people out there in everyday life, and not saying that it has to be some huge, colossal, disorderly, dysfunctional mess. But just an area of their house or a small room in their house that has gotten a little decluttered over time because, as we know, life happens and we can't all be cleaning 24/7. We can't all be organizing 24/7. But something that um, can help them keep that area or that small room organized, because it is a simple system or setup or whatever have you. So that is something I'm trying to work on. Like I said, I haven't gotten a whole lot of feedback from people willing to do this. So I may reach out to some other people and see if they would be interested in letting me do it. I really, really hope so, because I think that would be kind of interesting to see. Another thing that I really, really would love to show you, but we all know, and I'm sure we've seen in the news, um, how finicky corporations can get when their employees talk about them or do something at work online. What I'm getting at is I have a bunch of different organization systems that I've implemented at my job. I work for a corporation. I won't say what it is on here, but it is a nationwide corporation. And I've implemented a lot of organization systems at work. And I would absolutely love to show videos or pictures and talk about certain things that I've been doing at work to make my job easier, to make other people at my place of employment's job easier. However, I do not want to run the risk of them coming across it on YouTube and saying, "Oh, well, you're doing this at work. You're using company time to do this. We're paying you to do your job, not film or take pictures and put it up online. So guess what? Bye bye." Now, um, yes, I could make these videos or whatever and not mention the place that I work, and they may never find out. You never know. But I also know that I could take pictures and take video of things I've done, and if you do work there, even if it's a part that the public doesn't see, they would still know where it is. Um, so, as much as I would love to show you things that I am doing at work to streamline our job, streamline my job, make it a lot more organized and put together, I just don't want to run the risk of losing my job. I love all my subscribers to death. I love everybody who tunes into here, but in the end, I don't make any money on YouTube at all, let alone any, making a living from it to where I could be like, oh, well, screw them. I make money on YouTube. I don't need them, whatever. So I need my job. So, as much as I would love to show you that, unfortunately, I can't. Um, I totally agree, Brenda. The work thing can be a bit touchy. Um, and if it was a local business, I could maybe go to the owner and say, hey, I know that, you've seen me implement these organization things around here and they seem to be working or whatever. Do you mind if I take video of what I've done or take pictures of what I've done and put it on my YouTube channel? And they may say, yes, that's fine, or they may say no. But when you work for a national corporation, one, I will probably never be talking to the CEO or anybody even remotely close to them in the chain of commands. So, on that note, I'm not going to be showing anything at work as much as I would love to. Just right now, it's not going to happen. So, another thing that I wanted to talk about is some channels that I am into or different types of videos that I am into, um, that have absolutely nothing to do with the genre that is my channel, cleaning organization. So, I wrote down a few here and I will put the links to their channels in the description below if you want to go check them out after watching this and it sounds of interest to you. Uh, the first one, or actually the first two, are way out in left field from what my channel is. The first one is called Mr. Nightmare, and the second one is called Nightmare Expo. Um, Now, even though they both are scare oriented channels, they both do two totally different things. Mr. Nightmare uh, has people submit stories. Now, they are supposedly all true stories that are submitted, and he reads them off with his very, very good uh, archi- oh gosh, what's the word? Articulate reading voice. He just kind of has that perfect voice. You know how when you hear people on the radio, or if you see them in person, and you're like, wow, their voice is perfect for radio. This guy, his voice is perfect for that. So this is perfect for his channel. But he reads these scary stories, or scary true stories, I should say, that people submit, and then he puts images to it. And of course, this really whimsical, kind of low, but you can still hear it, uh, serious, scary music in the background. You don't want to watch them if you're alone or at night. But it's really interesting if you like that kind of thing. And kind of connected to that is a second channel that I watch, which is called Nightmare Expo. And what that channel does is they actually investigate um, different things online, whether it's like some type of phenomena or a mystery or something like that, um, and kind of dive deeper into it, finding out, is it true? Is it not true? Why is it gained the popularity it's gained? But it has to do with like kind of scary, mysterious things. Um, and I'm probably not doing it justice and explaining it the way that I'm explaining it. So that's why I recommend you go check it out. But that channel, again, is called Nightmare Expo. Um, Another channel that I've been watching a lot recently, and unfortunately, I actually have the channel pulled up right now on my computer, because right before I went live, I wanted to see when the last time they had put up a video was, and it's been 2 weeks ago. But the channel is called Honest Finance, and it is a channel that was just very recently started within the last maybe 5, 6 months. And it's ran by a guy named Jason, and he gives you very quick 3 to 5 minute videos on financial issues, uh, frequently asked financial questions, advice, things like that. Like, what are your chances of getting a loan if these are your situations? How to pay down credit card debt, um, and then he teaches you how to calculate interest, calculating different other things. Um, Now he also talks a little bit here and there about like the best stocks to buy in a certain month, things like that. I'm not into the stock market. I don't invest in the stock market. I want nothing to do with it. One, because I don't understand it, and two, because my parents years ago invested a decent amount of money in the stock market and lost it all. It went kaput. So I would rather physically have my money than give it off to something that I don't know whether it will or will not work out. But it's a very good channel if you're looking for very quick, on the go financial advice. Like I said, the videos are only like 3 to 5, maybe 6 minutes long tops. He makes it very quick, so it's not long, drawn out to get an answer to something. Um, and then the other kind of video, and it's not a particular channel, it's just videos that I've been watching. Um, that is classroom tour videos and craft room tour videos. Now, I know, Brenda, you're watching this, so this might be of some interest to you, and you may have even looked this up. There are a there is an abundance of craft room tours on YouTube, and some of these people, let me tell you, their craft rooms are amazing. I'm not really into crafting. I mean, I've made some things in my life, like the menu holder that's on the counter that I've done in a previous video, things like that. Um, we'll put that on mute. But it's just amazing um, how huge these craft rooms are. Like, they're probably the size of half of my house. These people have like two or three printers, two or three computers, a Cricut machine, a label machine, a laminating machine, all kinds of different machines, um, like tons of storage, like huge racks for different colors of paper, different types of paper, drawers full of different tools to use, um, stickers, all kinds of stuff. And amazing how um, it's amazing how intricate the crafting world can get. And you can definitely see it if you go check out these craft room tours. And granted, I understand you would need some of a decent one if you do something like that as a home business, because some of those are a home business. They make cards or they make things for receptions, graduations, weddings, things like that. So I would understand kind of having a decent sized space to do that type of work, because that type of work you're making a lot of something. Graduation parties, you probably have to make a decent amount. Weddings, you usually have to make a decent amount. Things like that. But for the people who do it as a hobby, do it with some friends, maybe have a crafting club at their house, whatever. I mean, these rooms are huge and so intricate and so organized. And I think that's why I like them best, is because two reasons really. One, it interests me as to all the little finite tools and gadgets and supplies that they use to make things. Um, and secondly, as I said, these places are so organized, and it's just to see a whole wall of a bunch of different cascading construction paper, and they're all like organized on white shelving. I notice a lot of these people in craft rooms, um, a lot of them use white, and a lot of them use IKEA furniture, which is totally understandable because IKEA furniture is very affordable, and it is, solid furniture. And if you have a craft room that's a decent size, you're going to need a lot of storage. You're going to need a lot of countertop or drawers or desk room, and that those pops of color from their supplies against the white of the furniture, and then on top of that, it being completely organized. Just, yeah, I love it. I could sit there for hours and watch it. And I know Tony thinks, oh my God, this is so, if he walks in and sees me watching it, I'm sure he's thinking, why is he watching this? This is so boring. But to me, it's fascinating. And I know that probably sounds weird to some people, but you know what? You are into what you are into. But going along with that, as I said, also classroom tour videos. Now, there's two reasons as to why I'm into that as well. One, as I mentioned a few times on this channel before, I've always wanted to be an elementary school teacher. Since I was 5 years old, I used to have a classroom in my parents' basement. I used to take money that I would get from Christmas, birthdays, whatever occasion, go to the teacher's store and buy posters and things and all that stuff. And I really wish I could find um, pictures of it and show it to you, because people, I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn or anything or feel like I'm talking up about myself, but people were kind of amazed that this 12-year-old kid or 13-year-old kid, however old I was, had this intricate classroom. Like, I had stuff that, a lot of people will just set up a few stuffed animals and read to them or whatever and call it playing school. Mm-mm. I took it to the next level. I had a marker board. I had a bulletin board. I had a pull down screen. I had an overhead projector. I had desks. I had a reading center. I had posters and bulletin boards, and with the border and the cutout letters and all kinds of things. Um, so yeah, um, but that's one reason I like watching the classroom tour videos. And two, I think it's so cool how these teachers set up these rooms and how, again, organized they are. Um, and of course, most teachers, their room probably isn't going to stay like that throughout the year with kids, you know, using their supplies. And we know how kids are sometimes. They don't put stuff back where it goes, or they mess stuff up, whatever. So it's awesome to see these classrooms in like their pristine condition. Um, so, um, and it's amazing too how clever these teachers can get. Going back to like my job, and not really being able to show you anything that I do there, I can tell you what I've recently done that kind of connects with the school thing. So, in our break room, I have recently taken over a bulletin board, one of two that's in there, to kind of celebrate birthdays of coworkers. And what I did, I got everything from the Dollar Tree, of course. Um, I created a bulletin board with cutout fish, and on the fish, it has the person's first name, and in the bottom, there's like a bottom fin of the fish. On that fin, I wrote their birth month and date, and then I took everybody's picture, cut it into like a perfect circle. Yes, I traced a circle thing on the back and cut it out from the back so it would all be perfect, same size, everything, and kind of like stapled it a little bit behind the fish that has their birthday name on it, like the fish is kind of, their tail is kind of overlapping their picture. And then, ready for this, I'm all about puns and corny things, so here we go. At the top of the bulletin board, it's called Catch of the Birthday. Um, but I love doing things like that. So I can like incorporate things like that, even though I'm not a teacher. I can do kind of cutesy things like that at work. And people love it because one, it's unique, two, it's catchy, and three, it's something different. And it gets people engaged, and we can celebrate everybody's birthday. And now I'd like to change that out like probably once every 3 months. I've already got the next one planned, where I wrote where I'm gonna write everybody's name on a frog with their birth date, and it's gonna say, wait for it, Happy Birthday. Um, so yeah, if there's a way that I could block out people's pictures, I'll see. I have a picture of it on my phone, which is what I'm live streaming on right now, because it has a lot better quality on here than it does on my webcam on my computer. If there's a way that I can block out people's pictures, um, then I will definitely show it to you, because I'm proud of it. Um, but we'll see if I can do that. So I hope that, kind of going back to my channel, I hope that everybody enjoyed the video that I just did yesterday, talking about where I got my channel name from and kind of what my channel used to be, things like that. Also, the video I did a few days ago talking about the three cleaning organization people that I watch. I'm still obsessed with Angela Brown, which is the Ask a House Cleaner channel. I've been watching about 10 of her videos a day. I will get up in the morning, make my coffee like I usually do, and sit down and just binge watch her channel. And I have never worked for a cleaning company. I don't own a cleaning company. Now, my mom and her friend had their own cleaning company for about 10 years. Um, but it's interesting to hear the questions that people send her about the cleaning business. And it's a lot of things I never would have thought of. Um, for instance, should you use business cards or flyers to get people for advertisement? Or, what should you do in this situation, or what should you do in that situation? Things like that. Um, do you buy your own cleaning supplies, or does the person you're cleaning for, should they provide them for you? Things like that. And of course, I'm not going to think of those things because I'm not in that line of work. but it's interesting to hear her answers. She's a very down to earth person, and she's very straightforward. She'll tell you, in my company that she runs and owns, this is what we do, this is why we do it, this is why we feel it's the best way to do it this way. And then she also, I believe she runs the website, or if she doesn't run it, she started it, and it's called housecleaning360.com. And I did show it in my video, but it's a place very similar to Angie's List, very similar to, I don't want to say Craigslist, oh gosh, Angie's List and Home Advisor, um, where you can go and look for different people, different companies to do things around your house, such as landscaping and plumbing and house cleaning and organization, things like that. So, speaking of organization, something that I had talked about a few days ago with Tony is I would absolutely love to start my own organization business. Um, Granted, though, I would have to have people let me do it first, like friends, so I could take before and after pictures, so I can have proof that I'm able to do it. Now, granted, I was thinking also I could always refer people to my YouTube channel so they could see before, afters, things like that. Um, and me personally, I guess if I was hiring somebody to be a professional organizer, I would rather see video of them uh, than just pictures. I don't know. To me, video is more entertaining. You can be more in depth with videos, where pictures is just like, boom, here's the before, boom, here's the after. Not to mention, with pictures, I wouldn't be able to prove to you that I actually did it. Like I was the one. I could easily take pictures and be like, hey, look what I did at this person's house. You should hire me, and I didn't really do it. It was somebody else, and I'm claiming their work as my own. Whereas if I direct them to my YouTube channel, they can see that it's me in the video, they can see the before, they can see the process of me organizing whatever area I'm organizing, and they can see the after. So that is obviously something that I would not be able to do if it were to take off as a full time job right away. Um, and entrepreneurship, honestly, would scare me because it's an uncertain income. My dad did um, my dad did his own home improvement business for 30 plus years. It was just him. He did windows, siding, decks, and doors. Um, and my mom, as I said just a little bit ago, her and a friend of hers had their own cleaning business for 10, 11 years. Um, so I know very well that when you start your own business, you only make money when the phone rings. And that's not even really totally true. The phone can ring, but it doesn't mean you're hired. Um, so it's a very unsettling, very uncertain income, but at the same time, if it's something that I was doing, it would be something that I would be doing that I love. Um, so Brenda just said something about maybe starting at assisted living homes, things like that. Um, that is something I honestly would never have thought of. So that is maybe something I can look into. Um, but with that, unfortunately, that is all I had planned to talk about today. So I hope you all enjoy this live stream. Um, Now, Brenda, I hope that your apartment is coming along because I'm getting antsy about wanting to see the final product. Um, I can't wait to see it. I just think it's really interesting that they're going to take two hotel rooms and turn it into a one bedroom apartment. Um, and it's funny that it's funny, well, not funny as in haha, but funny as in ironic that you're in a hotel right now that's being turned into apartments because Tony and I were just talking earlier today. Our microwave that we got from a neighbor that we are very appreciative of, um, it kind of glitches a little bit and it makes the light in the kitchen kind of, you can see it turning on and off, but it's not like totally like uh, obvious. I couldn't think of the word. And we said something about, oh God, what if this microwave catches on fire? What if our house burns down? Something like that. Um, well, our insurance policy for our house will pay for us to stay in a hotel as long as it takes to rebuild our house. Um, and so I when we were talking about that, I was thinking about you, and I thought, you know, I know hotels offer like continental breakfasts, things like that. So do they do that there? And if they do, do you go down every morning and eat? Because I mean, you're paying for it technically because you are a guest of the hotel. Um, I don't know. I think I would because I don't know what it is about hotel breakfast, but to me, it's so good, especially the oatmeal and the waffles. Um, so um, yeah. So when we were talking about that, I was thinking about you, but I definitely cannot wait to see your apartment. Um, I know you kind of showed a sneak peek of the cabinets and the appliances, things like that. Um, so um, that's cool that you talk to the breakfast lady, things like that. I mean, from your videos, you it definitely seems like the hotel employees are definitely concerned with you and make sure that you have everything you need and are extremely super nice and go to extreme lengths to make sure you have what you need or things like that. I understand that you can't say what hotel you're at because obviously you don't want everybody to know where you are. Um, But when you do eventually move out and go to Texas, um, I kind of hope that you give them a shout out or whatever. That way they can kind of get their 15 minutes. But with that, that is today's live stream. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I know I was kind of all over the place talking about several different topics, but it's been a little while since I've done a live stream, so I wanted to do one. Yes, I'm sure they will get 26,000 good reviews, Brenda, because everybody loves you and they know that that hotel is making sure that you're getting well taken care of and things like that. So I will tell them to be on it. But I will see you all in my video on Wednesday, which I'm going to try and make it a bedroom closet organization. I have a couple of different ideas for that. So I will see you all on Wednesday in Wednesday's video. Thank you very much for tuning in. And if you're watching this after the fact, it will be saved to the channel. So thank you for coming back and watching the whole thing. Um, I'm so happy that you made it too, Brenda. Thank you very, very much for taking time out of your day to come and interact with me and chat and all that. But I will see you all on Wednesday. Everybody, have a great day. I look forward to your next video, Brenda. Bye bye.